What's up, mother truckers? How the fuck are you?
What's up, motherfuckers? How's everyone doing? I hope you're wrinkle-free and happy today.
Kind of like a tot sack.
Yeah,
Tot.
exactly.
Tot sack.
A tot sack?
Twat.
Jesus Christ.
Twat.
Twat.
Kind of like twat.
I love that word. Twat is such a good word. It's one of my favorites.
So, welcome to the show, everybody. Linus Quickle. I see you. A bunch of numbers joined. Hey, hi, a bunch of numbers.
The robot, Skynet, joined us.
So, today's band of the week was a band called Shinobi Ninja.
Shinobi!
Shinobi Ninja. You know what's funny about that is because it's like Shinobi is Japanese for the word ninja. That's like saying your name is for Holy Bean. But, you know.
Hey, it's like the movie Airheads where their name's the Lone Rangers, but it works.
Well,
whatever.
it's not even a contradiction. It's literally the two words that mean the exact same thing. It's like, my name is Miyamo. You know, it's just in a different word. Anyway, though, I really like them. I was enjoying the shit out of their stuff all day. All their songs sound different.
Yeah, we were just saying that before we were logging on to the internet here, that every song sounds different. So if you like that kind of stuff, check them out. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they got kind of a weird genre-spanning vibe going on. There's some songs that are like they got two different singers. One's Well, how can we put this without offending iTunes? It would be hard for her hair to get straight.
Jesus Christ.
And her complexion is not light. Anyway,
So they have two singers.
Yeah, and she's got that. She sings kind of very well actually, and she raps a little bit. And then you've got basically Fred Durst's little brother who sings sometimes and raps. Anyway, they're really cool. They're on tour right now with 311 of all things. They got a couple of dates coming up, so if you got a chance to check them out, they're all on the East Coast. They are going to play at the Wellmont Theater Saturday, the 28th of October in Montclair, New Jersey. They're going to play at the Capitol Theater in Port Chester, New York on Monday, the 30th of October. And in Huntington, New York, they're playing Halloween at the Paramount. So if you guys are anywhere near that, give them a chance. They're really quite cool. I really enjoy their shit, so I'm glad. That's the nicest thing about this band of the week thing is I'm getting exposed to new stuff that I didn't know about that I like.
Yeah, especially because me and Jay talk about this a lot, that it's hard for us to find new music anymore that does anything for us. Gets the giblies going.
Yeah, and, there's a lot of creative, good stuff out there, but you're not going to hear it on the radio.
Yeah.
So,
before we do get into the beer of the week, though, I do want to say shout out to KP Smith. He let us know that there was some audio issues going on with some of the people that listen to the podcast. We think we figured it out. It was a bad chord. So thanks, KP, again, for telling us that, because we fixed it. We're pretty sure we fixed it.
Give us the heads up if you listen to this and the problem is not fixed. You know how to get a hold of me over at Google Plus or whatever. If any of you guys ever have an issue with any of our quality, please don't be afraid to tell us. And hey, if you just want to, if you just want to tell us what a couple of morons we are, feel free to hit us up.
Everyone does
too.
that all the time, so whatever. But thanks, KP. I want to appreciate that, because we didn't really notice it. But what he said is our left. It was only playing in the left speaker for some reason.
Or it was only the right. Either way, whatever.
Yeah,
it was a bad chord.
It was a bad chord.
So we got that taken care of, and we're trying to boost the volume a little bit too, because I noticed our videos and podcasts have been very quiet. Yeah, very quiet. So hopefully
like
that
when you rape
is
someone,
better.
you don't want them to know. Quiet.
Yeah. So I suppose we ought to get into our.
You found it pretty quick there.
I colored it bright purple now. It's easy to find.
Jesus Christ.
I got my button all set. So today we have Lancaster Brewing Company. We have Baked Pumpkin Ale. Ale brewed with pumpkin, spices, and other natural flavor from Lancaster Brewing Company, which I guess You'll never guess where they're from.
Huh.
Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
Amish country. Amish.
All right, so let's see here. What we got? 7.5% here.
Oh, God. I got to do stuff later.
Have your pie and drink it too. Bold in flavor with a deep amber color. Our big baked pumpkin ale is sure to remind you of Grandma's pumpkin pie.
I mean, you can see that. It looks like the bake's all like, ooh, smoke pot before you drink this and eat pumpkin pie. That's what I'm getting.
I don't know. I'm going to give it a shot.
All right. Cheers, mate.
That's one of the better pumpkin ales I've had.
It's not too strong. That's why I like it.
It's got your spice. It's got your pumpkin.
Yeah, what I like about it is it's really strong up front, and then it fades off into a crisp, like light lager. Yeah, I like it.
It's
not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I still think Shock Top's pumpkin offering is a little bit better.
Pumpkin offering.
They have a pumpkin ale. I really like Shock Tops. But this isn't bad either. This is a damn close second, and I would certainly not kick it out of my proverbial bed, so to speak.
Yeah, I like it. It's actually one of the better ones I've had because I hate anything pumpkin because it's the fucking time of the year where everyone dresses up like Han Solo from Star Wars and all these.
You've been waiting all year to use that joke.
All these basic bitches fucking dressing up like Han Solo and
I actually used this joke a year ago.
I don't care. You played the fuck out of that sound clip.
What sound clip would that be?
Get ready. I won't be here for the Halloween special, I don't think.
Yeah, my wife's going to be there for that one, I believe.
So I won't get to hear it all the time because he plays
You're not even going to watch the show?
I might be doing stuff.
Oh, come on. You got to at least watch it. I watch it when I'm not there.
Hey, last time I went to California, I met a porn star, so who knows what's going to happen.
Well, bring one home with you, and we can interview her.
I got to meet another one. If I don't meet another porn star, I am going to fucking kill myself.
Are you going to run into the same one, do you think?
Maybe. I don't know.
I think you should ask her to be on the show.
I know, because that's
what
like
do you think, guys? What do you think, guys? Tell us. Do you want it to be on the show?
That's like my dream. I sort of know a porn star. I don't really know her. I just sort of know her. I know
you had a good conversation with her.
Yeah, I know people that know her. So I'm gonna, if I talk to her again or see her again, I'm gonna see if she wants to come on the show because that is my dream ever since I started this. Is I wanted a porn star on the show. So hopefully,
The questions. I don't even know what you're gonna ask. I'm just gonna take a back seat to that one because I don't think I want to know as much as you do.
Yeah. So. We'll see what happens there. But speaking of porn stars, if I would rate this beer, it's one of my favorites. Like I said, I don't like a lot of pumpkin stuff, but I would actually have one of these. I would sort of go out of my way for it if I'm in the mood for it. Not very much spice. Really refreshing aftertaste. I would give it 4 out of 5 mother, stepmother porno categories. Did you ever watch that shit? It's fucking weird, man.
Well, I'm going to use my own rating today. I'm going to...
Oh, really?
Because I've got one in mind. I'm going to go... Because I've been on a horror movie kick lately because it's October and I have to be. I'm going to go 4.5 Jason Voorhees' decapitated mother's heads.
Out of 5?
Out of 5 Jason Voorhees. Pamela Voorhees' head.
Oh, man, we're talking about mothers today for some reason. Mothers are crazy, though.
Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb?
If the first Jason movie, Friday the 13th original one, ever taught you anything, don't fuck with a kid's mother because she will kill you.
I was I'm glad we started talking about this because I'm a big slasher movie fan. I love the Friday the 13th movies, and what's cool about it is I didn't see them until after they already started like really rolling. I think I didn't like catch on until like part 6 or so. Like Jason's already an undead zombie at this point. But if you go back through and you watch them from the beginning, it's almost sort of a slow burn. You start out and it's Pamela Voorhees, and then you got that, spoiler alert, fucked up ending where Jason pops out of the lake and grabs Alice, and then it turns out to be a dream, or was it a dream? And then in the next one, you got the baghead. You got the baghead Jason.
Baghead Jason.
Yeah, where he's got that burlap like pillowcase on there.
Yeah, he didn't get the mask actually until the third movie.
Yeah, the third one. And
where he fights that girl that has superpowers. Did you ever see that one? That's one of my favorite ones.
I don't think that was the third, was it?
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was the third one.
No. He That was like 4 or 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was underneath the water and he was already undead at that point. They'd already brought him back.
Yeah, because I think it's like 4 or 5 or 6. It's like the final chapter, but it's really not. And someone puts a pole in him and it gets electrocuted by lightning.
Yeah, you're on the wrong movie.
Turns him into like an undead zombie.
No, the third one's where he finds the mask, but I like the second one too with the baghead Jason. One thing that's cool about that, even though he's like the great masked killer, they're never afraid to show Jason's face in the movies.
I know.
Like they show it in almost every movie.
That motherfucker ugly. Like, you think I'm ugly, man? That motherfucker, holy shit, man.
I think the best human Jason makeup was done in the second one, because if you ever see him without the bag on, he's got like the deformities, and he's got like this little scraggly redhead beard and this scraggly red hair, and it's just it really is a good realistic looking Jason. And then when you've got which one is it? The very first one with Kane Hodder in it. I think it's 6. Yeah, where Jason's the undead zombie. They show his face, and that's the second best makeup ever. Is at that point.
Nah, I think Kane Hodder was in them all.
No, he was only in 3.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think he was in all of them until New Cinema bought him, because when Jason the first couple.
No, he was played by a different actor the first 3 or 4 times, and then Kane Hodder did 3 in a row.
When New Line Cinema bought him,
he did up until Jason X.
Yeah, because Paramount owned it for a while, and then New Line Cinema bought them, and that's why Jason Goes to Hell came out, and then Freddy versus Jason, because Freddy was owned by New Line Cinema. So when New Line bought the Jason franchise, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, how movies work, they got to do that movie. But yeah, Jason's fucking ugly, dude. It looks like he just sat there and got beat with like 100 flaming penises, like over and fucking over again, just smacked across his face. What's up, Trevor? How you doing, man? How you doing, buddy? How's life? Mine's taking forever.
So let me say something though. Since we're still on horror movies here, there is not enough respect played to the old Universal monster movies. There's really not. Like, it bothers me that they're not on TV more.
What do you mean? Like, what movies? Like Hellraiser?
No. I'm talking way back. Dracula, the Wolfman, the Mummy. The old ones. The ones that have, Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney Jr., those movies should be celebrated for being the perfection that they are.
Yeah, and it reminds me, I gotta watch this movie because I keep hearing a lot of things about it, but there's this movie, and I think it's called Dark in the Shadows or something like that, and it's all these vampires from different centuries and the roommates.
It's What We Do in the Dark.
Yeah, What We Do in the Shadows. That's
What We Do in the
yeah. It's good. Really funny, I heard. I got to watch it because you have like the old 1800s Dracula with the bald head and the long fingernails.
Yeah, Nosferatu.
Yeah, Nosferatu. And then you got like, I guess, the newer Twilight vampires.
Sparkly variety.
And they all live together. And I heard it's fucking hilarious, but I still haven't watched it yet, so...
Hey, welcome to the show at Go Big or Go Home. I always took issue with that phrase, go big or go home. What? Why would you ever want to go big when you could just go home? Anyway.
I know, I like home. Home's
anyway,
comfy.
like I was saying, though, I feel like those classics are not paid the due that they are supposed to be paid.
Yeah.
Because they really are movie perfection. The ambiance that they were able to show, it wasn't just a series of fucking jump scares and shit, like loud noises it is now.
That's why I don't like newer horror movies or scary movies or whatever you call it, because it's just a bunch of loud noises.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's scary. I'm like, no, it's not. If I hear a loud noise, motherfucker, I'm running. It's not really scary. It's a natural reaction that your body does when you hear a loud noise, and it's not scary. What's scary is, to me, was when fucking Child's Play, Chucky, one of the coolest parts of Child's Play, the first movie, is where the mother hasn't seen the doll come alive yet. Her son's telling her, they're sending him to counseling for it because they think he's crazy. And, she's starting to believe it. She's holding this doll up, and she's like, you better tell me you're alive, you little piece of shit. And she lights the fireplace, and she's like, I'll throw you in the fucking fire. And all of a sudden, he comes alive, and he's like, you fucking whore. And he's like attacked. That's fucking scary, man. Who wants a little fucking 2 foot, like, little midget doll attacking you with a butcher knife, screaming whore and slut.
Now you see, I'm the opposite of that. I didn't think that was scary at all. I thought that movie was hilarious.
Oh, it is.
But it's like
I'm talking about when you're younger, when you're first watching
when I'm
them
a
and
little
stuff
kid,
like.
I thought it was scary. But what I'm talking about is like there's a classic air about those Universal Studios monster movies. They were able to set the scene so well with the ambiance and just the way that they built it. The sets are beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Like they're some of the best looking movies in the world. And they're black and white.
Yeah,
they're pretty.
Well,
they're simply pretty.
I was thinking the other day, I was watching Blade Runner, the original, because I needed to get a refresher. I haven't seen it in so long. I want to watch the new one. I heard the new one is amazing. Even though some people are like, it's only old people going to see them. I'm like, of course it is. The original came out in like the 80s. But I'm sitting there watching this movie, and I'm just like, the people that had to build these sets, like, it is insane. To me, Blade Runner was ahead of its time in art direction. It was, CGI didn't exist, really. It was a lot of practical effects. And, one of the first shots is this huge fucking, like, pyramid for the Tyrell Corporation. And it's just, like, that was all, like, it was insane. And just the streets and all the people there. Now you can just CGI people in and shit. And one of my major pet peeves for CGI is the goddamn blood.
Yeah, don't CGI blood. Use a squib.
I hate CGI blood. It is so bad.
But, when you're talking about set design that is so ahead of its time, look at Frankenstein. That one is a beautiful set piece, especially when you're talking about the laboratory with all the fucking Jacob's ladders and Tesla coils and shit.
You couldn't CGI that shit in.
Oh my god! But it was so fucking cool looking.
I know,
like,
dude.
you see that when you picture the mad scientist lair, you picture that scene from Frankenstein
or Casey's Rape Kitchen, but
yeah, but. But, those in those movies have such memorable lines. Everybody's heard them. Even if they're not...
Tig the neighbor.
Tig the neighbor, yeah. Even if... welcome, Tig the neighbor. We're going to be handling wood tomorrow.
You and Tig are going to be handling wood?
We're going to be handling wood. Anyway, but what I'm saying is, like...
I would not like to know about that.
Everybody and their mother, knows the lines. It's alive!
Yeah. And that's why, like, I don't know. Man. Like, I do, anyone that watched the show before, I do a trivia night at the bar that I work at. And it's really hard for me to do movie questions because no one watches movies as much as they used to, it seems. I know, but here's the thing.
Except me.
Most of my movie questions are older movies because older movies, like, who hasn't seen Jaws?
Apparently enough.
Yeah, like, who hasn't seen E.T.? Who hasn't seen, at least one Indiana Jones movies? I mentioned, like, a new Judge Dredd movie. They're like, what's that? And it's fucking weird. I don't know what it is, if people just don't have the time or don't care about movies anymore, or just movies aren't as iconic anymore. Like, I'm like I said before.
Or maybe we're just old.
Yeah. I started writing some articles on the thing, and I'm working on one right now about RoboCop. And one of the main things about RoboCop is even if you haven't seen the original RoboCop, you have heard, I'd buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for
I'd buy that for $1. And it's like, it's from that movie. And I know people that have heard that quote.
I'd buy that for $1.
Holy shit, that's loud.
Yeah, that is loud. I gotta turn that shit down.
And I know people that haven't even seen that fucking movie yet, and they know that phrase.
Of course they do.
Because just movies were iconic. And I just seen a movie called Switch, and it was about this this guy that treated women like shit, and he died, and he went to heaven, and they're like, we won't let you in yet unless you find one woman that likes you, because he treated women like shit. And there was just something different about the movie, and it was done in the early 90s, like 90 or 91 or something like that, and I really enjoyed it because there was this different presence to the movie, I think it was. And I just can't really explain it. And it's like what you were talking about. The sets were different. It was just funny. Like, there was this one part where this girl had an animal coat on, and she's really rich. I guess she's married to some rich guy or something. I don't fucking know. And this girl goes up to her and is like, do you know how many animals died for that coat of yours? And she goes, do you know how many animals I fucked to get this coat? And it was funny. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't get that from newer movies these days. It's very weird. I don't understand.
Metal Militia, y'all need cyanide back to boost your viewership. I agree. I don't know where that bitch has been. We're doing okay on our own. We're averaging about 400 people by the end of every episode usually, but
I don't know. I think Sai has a boyfriend now or something because I don't see her. I think she got a boyfriend, and because I don't see her stream anymore or Periscope anymore.
I think she probably still watches him.
He's like, hold on, I'll get her.
Yeah, do it. I don't know where the hell that bitch has been.
I just think she's busy with her boyfriend. Yeah, when you get a boyfriend or girlfriend, life gets different. You do weird shit. And I don't know why this reminds me of this, but did you see we were talking about Szechuan sauce. I can't say it. Szechuan sauce last week. How Rick and Morty has been like really going crazy with it. Did you see the one where the lady traded her packet that she had for a car?
Yeah, for a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I would do that.
I went on eBay. There's packets for $50,000.
People are fucking stupid.
People are paying $50,000 for Szechuan sauce.
And like I said last week, too, it's like they're missing the fucking point.
I know.
The entire point of it is that nothing means anything to Rick.
I know, and that's
like,
why I
he's
like
willing
the show.
to throw away his whole family over a fucking nugget sauce. That's the point.
Yeah, and
that's literally the point they're trying to make is Rick has no fucking value for anything.
And the funny thing is I see all these people like, only smart people watch Rick and Morty. And I'm like, no, they make up half the shit in there about science and stuff like that. You know why? Because we can't do it yet. I fucking, that's not what the show's about. It's not about smart people watching it and understand it. If you say you understand,
it's a bad parody of Back to the Future.
Yeah, like
it's supposed to be.
He saw his wife die. Okay, he becomes a raging alcoholic, and because he is such a logical person, he ties logic to how life means nothing. And that's all it's about. The pickle episode. That's one of my favorite episodes, is where he turns himself into a pickle just so he doesn't have to go to family counseling.
Metal Militia says, I'd blow you for a VW. You're in.
Oh, sweet, man. I like them sloppy, though, man.
Yeah, well, you're going to have
I like you punching my pee hole and shit.
Well, you're gonna have to let him slap you.
Yeah.
That's his thing now.
Go fuck yourself. It was a.
If you go fuck yourself, do you abuse yourself?
It was an emotional time for me, and I got a little too into it, and I smacked a girl across the face 30 sacks. It's not a big deal. Twice. And I made her ears ring.
You're going to hell.
Already there.
Straight to hell.
After you talked about it last week, someone was scoping that show. Oh, Rick and Morty. Is that what you're talking about, Mama Bear?
Or you fucking that chick and slapping her.
Oh, wait, what? A Zika baby? I am pretty ugly, man. I look like Sheldon Cooper had diarrhea on his face. Yeah, what were we talking about, Mama Bear? Were they streaming Rick and Morty, or were they streaming me talking about it? Because if they were streaming me talking about it, that's fucking weird, man.
Well, we do release our show as a Creative Commons thing. Anybody can remix it or whatever they want to do.
I guess. I don't know why you'd want to fucking re-scope me talking about slapping a woman during sex.
They're probably like, look at this retarded fuck here.
Look at this kid.
Somebody allows him to have sex with him, and then he abuses her.
Oh, she said Rick and Morty. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Because it would be pretty funny if it was.
They're like, who is this receding hairline looking motherfucker?
Jew-nosed idiot.
That, fucking, is talking about slapping. Like, how does he even get laid?
I still don't know how you get laid.
I don't know either, man. It's a mystery.
Muxin Music joined. Hello, Muxin Music.
I wanted to replay it for the hubby, though. Yeah, I remember you from last week, Mama. How you doing? I'm glad you're back, man. Seems like a...
Man. I
man,
think,
yeah. Well, man, sorry.
Whoa, man.
I'd be careful though, Jay. I think Mama and your wife last week were ganging up on you.
Yeah, whatever. Nothing new.
Nothing new.
Nothing new. I'm the victim of abuse.
Oh, you are.
I'm a battered man.
You're a battered man. Most men fight. You're just like giving up.
My wife works out and I don't. It's as simple as that. Kick my ass.
Yeah, I actually been working out a little bit, believe it or not.
Sun's out, guns out.
It ain't doing shit though. I'll tell you that right
Yeah,
now.
the $10 bag of candy you just bought kind of undoes it all.
My arms are getting a little bit bigger, but not that much. But I'm trying to lose my man titties and my little chub here. but ain't working.
You have, like I told you, I mean, I'm a fat guy. I can talk about fat guys. The fact of the matter is, you have a sugar addiction.
Yeah, I do. Is it like I just bought a $10 bag of candy, and I bought it just for nerds? Because I don't know if it's just around here or
You can
everywhere.
just buy a box of nerds,
No,
you know.
no, I can't find them anymore. The original little tiny square box of nerds, they don't sell them anymore. I looked at Sheets. I looked at every convenience store I've been to. I can't find them. They don't sell them. All they sell is Nerds on a Rope. So I bought this $10 bag of candy at Walmart just because I had little boxes of Nerds in it. All I can find is Nerds on a Rope. I did find the original box with you know how you can slit the two in the side to change the flavors, but they were the sour flavor. I don't want the sour flavor.
Well, they're all sort of sour.
And another thing,
Oh,
I really
God.
like, I really like Pez.
Do you understand that?
I really like Pez. Okay, and you know the local grocery store I go to has this huge rack of them. Titties, that huge rack. And you know I don't buy the little fucking flippy things or whatever like that. I don't give a fuck. I just want the Pez.
Because you don't want to be a little child.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like I watch Cartoon Network all day. But they sold the refill packs where there's like 10 of them in it. Now all of a sudden, I bought them all, and they didn't start getting more in. Now they just have cola flavored and the sour kinds. If anyone listens to this and you work at the local Wises in Muncie, refill your goddamn Pez. I want more Pez,
I
man.
would hate to see your browser history.
What does that mean?
It means whatever you want to do.
So you think it's just like filled with like Pez and porn?
I'm kind of terrified that it's part of the porn.
See, I don't see porn. Porn is sort of getting boring for me. Let's. Did you ever get bored of porn?
I not really.
Not really. I think porn has been boring.
I like
for
tits.
Me. You like tits?
Well, you don't have vagina that's live-in.
I know, but see, I watch porn because I like the whole act of sex. It's not just the woman being there. It's the whole thing of the woman getting reamed by a 15-inch penis.
and no T-Cats 404. The show is not so much about man tits as it is us talking about whatever random bullshit pops into our head.
Yeah, we just talk about.
Like, we started the show based upon, like, some sort of news review sort of a thing where we'd go through the headlines of the week and talk about how crazy they are and how it affected the world. And now it's gotten to the point where we talk about whatever dumbass shit that pops into our head. Like, I just had a 20-minute diatribe about why the hell doesn't, TMC and shit play the classic Universal Studios monster movies anymore. And Casey goes on another 20-minute tirade about why his tits jiggle in the...
Hey, man. Hey, whatever. And I'm just saying, if anyone else agrees with me, I just think porn has been boring lately.
I think you just need to take a break.
I see. I don't watch a lot of
Take
porn.
a cut of
I don't watch
bullshit.
it. No, I don't.
You're a single guy who lives alone.
What makes you think I don't get laid? It is so easy for me to get laid.
Oh, listen to this guy.
It is, and I have friends that can back that up.
Let me slide in your DMs, baby.
It is so easy to get laid these days because women are men. These days, women act more like men than men do. Women are horny, man. These days, women will fucking, you break into their house, they won't shoot you. They'll tie you up and throw you away for later. They'll fucking take your dick, they'll put a pencil in it so you stay hard, and they'll ride the shit out of you until the morning.
All right, then. So T-Kaz brings up something he'd like us to talk about.
What's that?
He heard that the WPA2 Wi-Fi protocol is broken and your Wi-Fi is full open. Yeah, if you guys haven't heard of that, there's a pretty big security vulnerability in Wi-Fi right now.
What?
You didn't hear that?
No, I didn't.
No, there's a pretty huge security vulnerability right now. So a lot of router manufacturers and a lot of tech companies are pushing updates now to fix it.
Uh-huh.
But make sure that if you have an older router with old firmware, you may want to actually go ahead and replace it as soon as humanly possible.
T-Kaz, yeah, it is huge. Thank you. It's about 13 inches.
What, your ego? Possibly. Certainly ain't your dick.
Man, go ahead. Sorry.
I haven't been online in 5 days. Just okay, man. You might be taking it a little far. Unless you live in a
So what?
Unless you live in an area where like everybody's trying to snoop your traffic.
I wanna snoop.
You know what?
Snoop.
You know what? The easiest solution in the world to this is just use a VPN. I use a VPN. Simple.
So since this is the first time I've heard about it, what is going on is as people have gotten their
it's just there's an exploit that's been published and it's a very big security vulnerability.
I can open up your cars. I don't think this is TCAS. I think this is Skynet.
I think he meant to say it can open up your car. If you have an internet connection.
What, that
vehicle,
clown?
Yes.
That clown from the movie
for
can
God's sakes.
Oh, man, I'm just filled with the puns today. I know they're not that punny. I know. That's the first I've heard about it. I've never heard anything about that.
You're as much of a tech geek as me. What the fuck do you mean?
I don't know. Like I said, I think I'm looking. I spend most of my time looking at more porn that I haven't found yet.
Yeah.
Like
well, why does everybody think? Doesn't everybody else think porn is bad? Yeah. So there's a serious flaw in the WPA2 protocol that lets hackers intercept passwords and shit like that. It's called the crack attack, and especially bad for Android.
Crack attack.
Yeah. Well, they're hackers. They like to be cute. Anyway, it's bad for Android if you have like a phone that they never update.
Okay.
So if you have one where they push monthly security updates like they should be, you shouldn't have an issue. But a lot of older routers and things have issues. Microsoft just pushed out firmware to fix their shit. So it's all pretty scary if you are anywhere online and you haven't gotten proper updates. It's definitely something you should be concerned with.
How long ago did this happen?
Just
recently?
I've been hearing about it the last week or so, maybe.
Huh, I never heard anything about it.
Bruno wants to know where Casey finds his girls. I can tell you that in the gutter.
Yeah.
Gutter whores.
See, and that's the thing. I said I get laid. I didn't say they were quality.
You did, yeah, I was going to say they're not quality.
I didn't say they were quality material. All I said is I get laid. I don't get normal women.
Like there's one he used to call stinky butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was the hottest girl.
Like, she was attractive.
But when you bend her over, her asshole stunk so bad for some reason, and I don't know why. Like
it's because she had a big ass, I think, and just sweat collected.
It was a nice ass.
It was a meaty ass.
It was a donker.
It was a meaty ass, and I think when you get the meaty ass, the cheeks just press together, and you sort of get like that.
Like the meaty what are they called? Meat pies that you microwave and you first cut into them, like that kind of meaty. And I'm just saying, man, they ain't quality, but a man's got to do what a man's got to do. I take sex differently than some people, I guess. Sex is for me to just be in a better mood. I don't care if it's a hole the size of a keyhole. I don't care if it's a hole the size of Mars. Women are holes to me.
You've gotten unhealthy.
I've gotten unhealthy.
You've gotten unhealthy.
No, I've gotten real.
No.
I've gotten real, man.
You have an unhealthy attitude about sex, women, relationships.
No, it's not just me. Isn't like the divorce rate in America right now like 40% or something?
That's because no one's willing to put any effort into anything.
Exactly. So, when you put effort into stuff your whole life, okay, and it just fucking puts the toilet seat down in your face and just shits all over you over and over and over again, you're not going to keep touching the hot stove. Like, it's simple.
You know what?
Simple.
Allow me to educate you folks here who are still here in the chat. This is one thing that Casey and I philosophically differ greatly on. I mean, we're friends. We've known each other for a long time. But Casey is broken and dead inside because every girl he's ever had a serious relationship with has cheated on him. I have not had one that I know of cheat on me.
See, and that's why he has a positive outlook.
So that very well could be the case. Maybe it's because I have never had that happen to me that I don't have this horrible, broken sense of awfulness that permeates your entire being.
See, Jay is out of the loop because he's been married for like 16 years or something. I don't know.
Not.
You have? It's been a long time.
It's been like 8 or 9
That's
years.
still a long time. Dating has changed so much in the past 8 or 9 years.
I don't debate that, but that doesn't mean that you have to hate everything.
You're out of the loop, man.
I mean, I had
most people.
The problem is you're shopping locally. I had to go out of state for mine.
Shop local.
You gotta like hit the Amazon of the dating world.
Shop smart. Shop S smart. But anyways,
another horror movie. See, though, you got
world.
such a dark outlook
because it's
life.
a different world. See, no one that's married or has been in relationships agree with me. You know why they don't agree with me?
Because we're not dead inside.
No, it's because you don't understand. Because you're not single and you're not realizing the dating world. If you were dating right now, Jay, your opinion would be completely different.
Okay, but
completely
maybe
different.
so. But doesn't that work in the convex? Doesn't that work the opposite direction? The reason that you have such a pissy, miserable outlook on life is because you didn't find that right person yet?
I don't want to find a right person.
You say that now, but if you got the opportunity, I bet you would feel very different about it.
No, here.
If you found a woman who's as good to you as mine is, and while she can be a pain in my ass, because that's
what wives do.
That's living with anybody.
Wives are pains in the ass.
I've had male roommates that are a pain in the ass to deal with, too.
It's just people.
It's because you're sharing your life with somebody else, and you need to respect their wants, needs, and desires, and at our hearts, we're selfish little assholes. But the fact of the matter is, if you had somebody who is as decent to be around as my wife is, and made you feel good about it, then you would be completely ununderstanding of your point of view.
You just don't understand because, and that's what
that's
I mean.
My point. You don't understand either. You say that I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. My situation's different, and just like your situation is different.
And that's what I'm saying. My situation is different is because 9-10 years ago. It was completely different, and it's only getting harder.
You go skank hunting.
No, I don't.
You don't look for good quality women.
No, I don't. If you know my history, you know that most women that I sleep with make the first move. Because
you're an idiot.
Because I hate women.
Because you
no, but see, here's the problem.
You don't.
It's a
you don't go
thing.
hunting for proper.
Because they're all taken.
They're not all taken.
A 30-year-old woman.
Do you know how many divorcees there are out there?
So if they got divorced, why would I want to get with someone and
because
maybe
have their husband was an abusive douchebag?
Oh yeah, see, and that's the thing. When you get in situations like that, you can't just start making up stories like that because that's not how the world works. Every person,
wait, what?
Every woman that I meet isn't gonna be the one that was in the abusive relationship.
No, you're not.
It could
you
be
have
the woman.
To work at it. You waited so long into your life.
But see,
yes, the pool is significantly shallower than it would have been otherwise.
But here's the thing: when you spent your whole life working towards something and it never turns out, most people. And they've there's quotes about this.
I don't think that's an excuse for eternal pessimism.
There's quotes about this about doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
But I'm still saying I think.
Can you blame me for that?
No, but I don't think
the stove is hot. Don't touch it.
I don't think that's an excuse for. I don't think that's an excuse for having eternal pessimism. I think you have to move past that. Like I said, if you had a quality woman like I do,
to be pessimistic.
If you found a quality woman like I do, you would feel way different about it than what you do now.
I know,
and which means you don't understand me.
No, I do understand.
You don't understand me as much as I don't understand you.
You don't understand me, and I don't understand you. I never said I didn't understand you. I'm saying that you don't understand because you're not single.
And I'm saying you don't understand because you don't have a decent person in your life.
I never said that I didn't. But here's the thing.
Okay.
I don't want anyone anymore because the older I've grown, the more I realize that life is bullshit.
And I'm simply saying that that's an unhealthy attitude. And I don't think that feeling that that's an unhealthy attitude is incorrect. If you've literally given up on any kind of chance of, relationship type happiness at the age of 32, I think you're kind of cutting yourself off awful early.
A lot of people do it. And the thing is,
a lot of people commit murders and steal shit. Don't make it a good idea.
Who said it was a good idea? It's subconscious stuff. When subconsciously you can't feel feelings for anyone anymore and you don't want to, it's nothing you can control.
I didn't say you can control it. I said you should try to work on it.
I know I have been, but you just don't. It's not working because I've come to the conclusion that marriage and stuff like that isn't meant what it is anymore. It's bullshit. Everyone just gets divorced It's the slightest inconvenience.
Well, they do. Nobody puts work into it.
Yeah, people used to fix their shoes back in the day when they, ripped or broke. Now no one fixes anything.
Well, I think a relationship's a lot different than a pair of shoes.
No, but it's the way we throw away everything away. That's what I'm saying. We our shoes break.
We do live in a disposable society. I get what you're saying.
And we do that with our relationships because instead of, before the internet, you had to search, maybe move to a different town or go to a bigger city to find someone. Now, finding someone is just at your fingertips. So when something goes sour, okay, you'd be like, well, this guy was here for me a week ago. I'll see if, he'll make me feel better. And that's what a lot of people do. And a lot of people admit this. And that's what I'm saying.
I just think different. I think it's a very unhealthy way to live.
It is
life.
Unhealthy. I never said it was.
I feel like you should try to change this.
Are you everyone? I asked my kids. Oh, there's a
are you everyone? That's exactly the way to look at it. Okay, let's catch up on the. Oh, my wife's in here. I hope she caught. I really hope she actually caught my compliments this time. Because I always say, I'm always absolutely complimentary of you on the show. And then she doesn't believe me.
Jay's trying to get some pussy.
I didn't know she was here, so I couldn't. I did not have ulterior motives. I was just saying the truth.
He's trying really hard, Amanda. give him some pussy when he gets home.
So my wife's here. T-Kaz says we bitch too much. That's literally what we do on this show. If you don't enjoy it, I'm sorry. I appreciate you coming to watch, but if you don't like it, that's okay too.
He's saying that someone on the internet bitches too much. Have you met on the internet? Yeah. Like, what?
And I love Mama Bear's comment. I ask my kids all the time, are you everyone? Well, that's exactly it. You're not everybody.
I know, but you're taking that too literally. What I mean by everybody, it's everyone that I've met. I know the whole thing is.
I'm just saying. I think therapy wouldn't be a terrible idea for you. I'm not saying that you're crazy. I'm saying that you could use little tools.
I'm just very analytical, and it's hard.
You're very broken.
No, it's.
You need super glue.
I'm very analytical, and people that aren't analytical won't understand. They might think you're crazy, but it's not what I asked for. It's not what I did. I don't know why I'm like that, and that's the whole problem.
I know,
with this
and
thing.
that's why I'm saying you need to talk to a professional who knows how to help you with that.
Professionals are so fucking out of it these days. They don't even know anything anymore.
I don't know. Well, who else is going to help you?
I know someone that's
Thank you, Amanda. No, you're miserable.
I know someone that goes to a therapist right now, and what they're really upset about is being in a relationship, but they still like to fuck other people. You know what the therapist told them? Well, that's okay. You're allowed to. You're not fixing the problem.
You go see another therapist.
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of this therapy is getting different these days. They don't, you can tell that there's so much money in it. They don't want to help you. They want you. I remember.
You are so full of shit.
I know.
That's you don't become a therapist just to earn money. You do it because you have a desire to help people.
Yeah.
Do you think people would actually choose a career where they sit and listen to people bitch all day long like we do now?
Are you kidding me?
You think people would choose that career if they didn't have some desire to help people?
And I bet you politicians, all of them, want to be politicians to help people.
Of course they don't. Politicians want to enrich their own power. What power do you get from listening to people whine on your couch?
Money, and money gives you power.
God, you are broken.
The power of love.
You believe everything has some deeper fucking
It does. Everything.
Conspiracy.
Everything is
you and
bullshit.
That JFK guy who used to pop in here occasionally should talk.
Well, conspiracy theorists is getting pretty hot right now because everyone thinks
you're all crazy.
Alex Jones is crazy, but a lot of shit's been coming true. Everyone was like, Alex Jones, you're crazy. There's no underground Hollywood pedophile ring. Oh, look what happened. There is. And there was a funny meme with Alex Jones, and it said that. It's like when you've been saying it the whole time, and then it's true, and he's just sipping champagne with a pinky sticking out.
Yeah, but he also believes there's fucking chemicals that are turning the frogs gay. If you don't believe me.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Hey, man, that could be the next thing. Who fucking knows? Yeah, see, your wife even agrees. Psychologists have mental disorders themselves.
Okay, whatever. Amanda, you have to agree that he's just a miserable piece of shit and he needs to find a way to get over it.
I wasn't a miserable piece of shit. That's the thing.
In order to have a decent life, you need to find a way to move past that.
You don't understand. I am trying. You have no idea.
You're not trying very hard.
How do you know that? How do you know I'm not trying?
Well, there's literally zero results. Not even a little bit. So
that doesn't, just because that's like trying to build an atom bomb and you've been failing for 10 years. Like, it's
but
just because you doesn't see
at least
results
there'd
doesn't
be
mean
pieces littered around of the atom bomb.
Why would I want you to meet people that I'm trying to get intimate with?
Because I'm your friend and I'm there as a good judge of character, and
Just because you don't see results doesn't mean someone's trying. That's the whole point of trying, is so you get to that point where there will be results. I am trying. You have no idea.
All right, if you're trying, if you're legitimately trying, I applaud you. I really do. In fact, I'll even play my fucking sound effect.
If you can find the button.
I pressed it. I just didn't. I applaud you, seriously. If you actually are trying, I applaud you. I think it's very, as my friend, I feel it's sad that you live your life the way that you do.
Of course it is.
I would love for you to experience just a slightest bit of happiness.
I'm just very analytical, and it's just hard to describe.
I guess. I just wish you could have a little bit, just a little bit.
I know, but you don't understand, man. Subconsciously, I've already have control over my mind. I didn't used to, but now I do. Now what I'm fighting with is my subconscious, and the subconscious is a whole nother story. Subconsciousness is, I feel, the things that give me nightmares, the things that do things to me that I really can't help. I've worked on my mind. I've helped with that and everything like that, but the subconscious is just a whole nother fucking devil, man.
I mean, why does it kill you so badly to open up a little bit to another human being?
It's not that. It's not that at all. The thing is that I do open up, and then people don't care. Once you show your true self, that's when people run. You know why? Because they don't want to be hurt themselves. That's why you have this.
I guess I've had a different set of experiences.
That's what I'm saying.
That must be the case.
Dating is so much different these days, and I'm not the only one that thinks about this stuff. There is numerous people writing about how relationships are completely different these days than they were 5 years ago, because people just throw everything away. They don't work on things. I
agree with you. I agree with you.
I have someone that excuse me. I know, 80 years old. He was in his 80s. He just passed away. He even cheated on his wife years and years and years ago. And the point of the story that I'm getting to is that it's not okay to cheat on your wife.
No, it's not.
But what I'm saying is I'd say about 40 years ago, she had a choice. I could, give up, do something else, or I can forgive him. She ended up forgiving him. Okay. 40 years later, he's on his deathbed, and she is holding his hand right until he goes and says, "I love you," as his last word. Okay. And she says, "I love you," and then he passes away.
Right.
It's sort of a bad example because
it is a bad example because no one would blame her for leaving a cheater. But I mean, people nowadays fucking split up over some unpaid medical bills or something.
Exactly.
That shit's ridiculous.
I've read stories where people will leave because they don't say "I love you" enough. Or
they don't give me enough attention. I hear that one a lot.
Yeah, and one of the first questions that people ask him is, "Well, did you say that to him?" No. Why would I say it to him? He should know. There's your problem. People don't know. They don't have ESP. They
don't have the ESPN.
Yeah, they don't have it. I think my phone's dying.
No, that's my tablet.
Oh, okay.
I left it here last week and it's nearly dead. No, okay, let's see here. We got some comments. People are actually engaging. I love this. Amanda says, "I don't take pity, Casey. I've been in a dark world before. You can change. People did that to me." Okay, so she's saying there is hope. You just have to find your strength through it. And then you got Mama Bear here who says, "No, but it happens. How you handle the situation that counts." That's what I'm trying to say. Shit happens, bad shit happens, but you can either allow yourself to become broken and jaded, or you can move past it and push through it. I mean, all of my relationships were not fucking rainbows and
but what I'm trying to say is that's not how it works.
It worked for me. My relationships weren't rainbows and unicorns and shit.
That's because you're a completely different person than me.
This is true.
Everyone takes a lump of people and they say, "Well, I did this. I did this." That's like when someone says, "Hey, I have post-traumatic stress syndrome." Well, what's that? And they explain, "Well, I have really bad anxiety." And then you have this person that had a flat tire and we're upset about it go, "Well, I had anxiety. When my it's not the same thing." And that's what people need to realize is
I get it.
When these bad things were happening to me that made me broken, I wasn't sitting there going, "You know what? I'm going to let this break me." It
I
just
get it.
does it. It mentally does it.
I get it.
Subconsciously does it.
And I may be completely off base here, but at least in my opinion, I feel like you at this point use that as your excuse to not let yourself get hurt anymore.
It's not an excuse.
It's your wall. It's your armor. It's your
Of
build
course I
up
have
at
a
this
wall,
point.
because I admit that I'm broken, and that's what I'm trying to say.
But rather than do the work of try to tear down the wall, you're just happy to let it be there.
No, I'm not. You don't. And see, that's
And
the
maybe
thing. You're
maybe I'm
assuming.
completely off base.
You are. You're assuming,
and I might be.
and that's one of the worst
But
things you
it's
can
just-
do in this point is assume things.
It's just based upon my own desire for you to do well. I want you to get that.
But
Get
here's
there.
another thing. Like, who says that the ultimate goal in life is having kids and being married and happily ever
But
after?
I know you want kids. I know you
I don't
would
anymore.
like.
I don't anymore, and that's
Okay,
another thing.
all right, well, that's fine.
And there's another thing that you have to
But I
take
just
in
hate-
consideration. When you get older and when you see more things in life, your things change. So
I-
you also have to be like, okay, my older self wanted this, but my newer self wants this, and that's why it takes so long, because you're at a constant battle with, every year, every day, every minute that you learn something, it is constantly changing.
Sure. Yeah, it's absolutely correct to change your opinion based upon new information.
And that's what I mean about analytical. I
just
take
don't
everything
want
way
you
too
to-
seriously.
I would like to believe in my heart that you.
There's one in there.
Yes, there is, and that was my
Just an
boob,
excuse
not my
to touch
heart.
your boob.
I want to believe in my heart that you make the choices that you do because you feel like they're the best choices, rather than it stems from some psychological brokenness or pain that's within you. Because you're my friend, and I want to see you do well, plain and simple.
And
I
that's the
don't
thing.
want to see you be a broken shell of a human being.
And I'm not.
You tend to act that way. Perhaps it's just a defense mechanism, and it very well may be.
It might be. It's like fight or flight. A lot of weird shit happens when all those chemicals are going on in your body.
Man, this fucking show got deep.
I know, we're like almost out of time. We were talking.
Well, we're having therapy right now,
We were talking about horror movies, and then
and we're talking. Your life's a horror movie.
how porn's getting boring for me, and then we're talking about how much of a broken piece of shit I am.
Well, and how much your friend would love to see you not be a broken piece of shit. But anyway, Amanda says, okay, I never said I wasn't broken in some ways, but I got past it. You've seen some of my past, but you cannot assume I just had a flat tire in life. LOL. Well, yeah. It's the easiest choice, not the best. If he doesn't invest, he can't get hurt. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like you just put that up as a I hate women thing or whatever because you're afraid to.
But
You're afraid to make
it's a lot deeper like that. Like, I know a lot of people that are like, oh, you just hate women and stuff like that. If I was a woman, okay, I would hate men the same way. It is
quite possible.
And that's what I'm trying to say is it's not just a woman problem to me. It is a humanity person problem to me.
A societal issue?
Yeah, a society issue. And it's just, it's messed up, man. It's messed up. I see too much logic in things, and like I said, I'm very analytical. I do things like I hate eating. Like, eating to me is annoying. It's a chore.
Unless it's a $10 bag of candy for the nerds.
I just eat because I have to. Everything is like that to me. And
you really are Sheldon Cooper, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
without the intelligence.
Well, yeah, fuck you. Once I explain it more, it actually does make sense. When someone's analytical, they don't do things because they love to. They do things because they have to. And when you get into the marriage and the kids, it gets a lot deeper than this, so I won't go into it. It gets a lot of to why.
I guess I would hate to be that way. I'd hate to live that way.
Yeah. I'm surprised I haven't shot myself in the fucking face yet. Like, you have no clue, dude. You have no clue.
No, I don't. I can't pretend to understand the way your brain works. I will never will.
What's his name said, why is porn boring for me? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's just like I'm watching.
He watches too much of it.
No, I really don't. I
That's what
I don't
they
know.
all say.
It's not exciting enough anymore. I think what
you are Dexter. You just haven't had your first kill yet. You're waiting for that torture. You're waiting for them snuff films. That's what you need.
I see the fakeness in porn. Okay, and I just I wish I would see more of like because a lot of the porn I have been watching is just amateur couples and stuff like that uploading their stuff. And I think it had a lot to do with that because these are real people.
God,
it's
you
not
are
a
overly analytical.
Oh, I told you.
Just a couple of people slamming ain't good enough?
Mama Bear said it right. It's not enough action, too much plot. Exactly. Everything I do has to be logical to me. If not, I don't do it. That's
So you're the one going, why would the pizza guy come in and trade sex? He has to pay for that pizza out of his pocket then.
like I'm thinking of, the whole point of marriage. This is my whole thought process on marriage and having a kid. There's a 40% chance my marriage might not work out. Here's the problem with that. I would care, really about my kids in that situation. It's very hard when parents go through divorces. But then you have people say, well, a lot of kids' parents get divorced and they did fine. Not all of them did. There's kids that kill themselves over this kind of stuff. So you got to think about that stuff. Also, the power,
Fair enough.
the power to actually have a kid. If you think about that, the power to have a kid. I can take my semen, throw it in a woman, and pop out a kid in 9 months. If you think about the consequences of just creating life like that, of the baby dying, of the miscarriage, of the baby coming out with Down syndrome, Harlequin fetus is a real thing. Scary as fuck. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google it.
Or don't Google Harlequin fetus.
So the logical thing to me of that is why have a kid when these possibilities could happen? With me creating life in this situation, I can also take it away. I feel like I would be killing this person or kid.
Jeez.
I don't want to live with that.
You live in a dark world, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to think this way. It's just the way I see things. The whole point of, me being a youngest in my family, there is a great possibility that I will have to go through every one of my family members' funerals. That sucks. If I would want to build a family, I really have to think, would I want to put that on my youngest child? And it's just, I think about these things because these are the real things that happen. And these are the real things that go on. And I don't think that, I want to make a decision like that with consequences like that. I can't do it. I've had friends that, a teenager was completely fine, completely happy, 14 years old. They come home, she's hanging from, a ceiling fan or something like that. I can't live with those consequences. So in 10, I don't do them. I don't see logic into them. It's
damn,
dab.
Dude. So you don't, you're not one to take a leap of faith, that's for sure.
No, because I feel like a lot of people are very, what's the best word for it? Not responsible enough to do things.
Well, yeah, some days I feel like you should have to fill out an application to become a parent.
Exactly.
Because you see every day some horrible fucking shit goes on.
I know people that shouldn't have goldfish.
Yeah, you have to sometimes go through more rigorous and strenuous testing to adopt a pet than you do to have a child.
And the sad thing is I know, and I see it more in women because, this is meant to be feminist or, sexist or whatever bullshit.
Just say it.
Word, yeah. Women tend to be more jealous of gender than men. So, what I've seen a lot in my life is a lot of women that see one of their friends have a baby and they've straight up told me that they want a baby now.
Well,
not because they.
happen,
I know it happens all the time. If you really, really think about that for a second, and just really think how
it's a terror. In fact,
how
it was
fucked up is that?
In fact, I remember one episode we had Ashley the neighbor on here, and you said, "Well, why the hell does he have to get you this expensive ass ring? Because other women have an expensive ass ring."
Exactly.
But human life. I get where you're going with that. A human life should not be treated like a fucking pretty trinket you put on your finger.
And it happens a lot.
And it does.
The pretty
and
trinket, I understand. Jealousy is a normal human thing. You know what I mean? It's okay to be jealous, but when it comes to life like that, it's just fucking weird to me. I see.
It's
no
fucking weird to any
because I know some people that have kids and they're horrible parents. They can't be parents because they have it for that reason.
Well, you and I both know a few of them, but
I'm gonna eat gobstoppers now.
Go for it. Mama Bear says, "Hey, we had a stillborn. Statistics said I shouldn't be divorced, but we should be divorced, but we aren't." I cannot fucking talk today. I can read, but I can't talk. I'm getting tongue-tied. I think we need to have more. We need We need to like make this super professional. We need to have like 15 bottles of water, and we need cameramen.
We need like waiters and waitresses and shit like that. Servant, more wine.
Some of these morning shows that they do in New York City, they're sitting there on their phones while they're doing their show, and they order their breakfast.
Yeah.
And they have it sent to the building.
And Mama Bear, I'm very sorry that happened to you. I really am.
Yeah, we truly are.
And here's the thing. I envy you for that you and your husband can go through that and still hold the bonds together like that, because that takes a lot.
That's commitment.
My problem is I'm too I'll admit it. I'm too emotional and too much of a wreck to take the chance to handle that, because, like I said, my subconscious is a motherfucker. And and I have no problem admitting it, there are stronger people out there than that. You know what I mean? I have to be, when I need to be strong, I can be strong. But with stuff like that, it devastates me, because a lot of people say I'm very empathetic. There's even a term that there's a personality trait they call empath. I don't know how true empath is or how scientific accurate it is. I don't know if it's a real thing or if it's just a phrase.
Well, I think they call it like a yellow personality. You end up being a people pleaser.
I'm very emotional. I know I say this and a lot of people don't believe me, but emotion to me is like a substance that radiates off of people. And I know it sounds crazy, but I can feel sadness. I can feel happiness. I can feel judgment in the air, thick as fuck, and it really affects me. So this is why I became analytical, I think, in things and reading too much into things, because I can't handle it. I'm too emotional, and it sucks.
I get it. I just feel like you should try to do something for it. Some professional, somebody
that's
who's smarter than we are.
And that's the thing. I am. It's just
simple, but that's what, like, I tend to say. You know what? Sometimes you just have to leave shit
in the
to
toilet.
Professionals. Well, no, I'm just saying you need to, like. There are smarter people than us. Like, even in political debates, I say that shit all the time. There are far smarter people than me who should be figuring this shit out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be an armchair quarterback, and I'm not going to be an arm.
Where'd you get that word?
It's really,
I never heard
it's
that
really
word.
common. You never heard that?
No, that's
it's really common.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, I'm not going to be an armchair therapist either. I just think that you should see somebody who knows what the fuck they're talking about.
And that's the thing. I have, and in my experience,
well, maybe
it's
you
not
saw
the
a
right
shitty one.
No, I've seen more than one. Do you think I've only seen one? This.
I don't know. I guess
I've been seeing therapists my whole life, and and that also goes into the analytical part of me, where I've figured out a lot of things from therapists and from the business, because believe it or not, therapy is a business.
Of course it is.
I see a lot. Yeah, and I see a lot into that. But hey, Jimmy's
coming
in
late tonight.
Yeah, Jimmy's just joining at the end of the show.
Yeah, we're about ready to close this up. Well, the last at least half hour has been us trying to psychoanalyze what exactly is wrong with Casey.
We got a little spiritual.
Are they still crying? Fuck you.
You know why I'm still crying? Because they're out of dead baby porn.
Casey needs that crazy shit.
No, it's all right, Jimmy. We still love you.
You need that shit where you're like, seeing like fake snuff scenes. I hope they're fake at this point.
Yeah. That was actually probably our most serious show. We're never that serious.
Well,
we're like all talking and like saying words more than 4 letters.
Well, even the greatest comedy shows in the world oftentimes delve into real subjects.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, we've known each other for a very long time, and we do disagree about some things. And our lives have taken very different turns over the years. I'm married. I have children. Casey is the devoted bachelor. But
devoted bachelor.
But we are way over time. I'm sorry we got all Dr. Phil on y'all. You know the drill. Go to openlyhostileopinions.com. Check out our merchandise. You've only got another 2 weeks, I think, to buy the No Lives Matter T-shirt. We also have the Stupidity Should Be Painful shirt, because it should be painful. So sport that up. Thanks to everybody who helps us out. Special thanks again to KP, who's on our board of badasses. Jesus, T-Cats. Go change your pads. We have to go change our tampons, apparently, because no, God forbid we have feelings. Oh no! Anyway,
So, see, here's the thing. Okay, you got me talking about period blood now. I snort that shit. So,
follow us on Twitter. Absolutely, it's at Hostile Opinions. If you want to tell us anything, you can shoot us an email at openlyhostileopinions at gmail.com. Anything I'm forgetting?
I don't think so. I think that's it. I'm gonna go home and beat my imaginary wife.
That you'll never get because you're a broken piece of shit. See y'all next week.
Have a good one. Thank you.
See you later.
Peace.
This has been the Openly Hostile Opinions podcast. We are available on YouTube, Google Play, iTunes, and your favorite podcast app. Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, and comment. If you want to help make all this possible, become a patron at patreon.com/openlyhostileopinions.
Good morning!
Morning. Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.